Welcome to the Wrestling Council. My name is Comic Book Bob. I'm joined as always by my good friend Hollywood Frank.
HW, baby.
And welcome to the, hopefully once again one day, the premier wrestling podcast stream. Before we get started, as always, we just want to say...
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
Oh my God, man, this is a weird week. This is a weird week, man. This is I don't even know how to quite put it, man. A lot of ups and downs. Little up and down, down for me. We lost my dog Zeus a couple days ago. Rest in peace. He was the best boy. But as far as wrestling was concerned, man, it was kind of a mixed bag this week.
It was.
But before we get started, real quick, before we get started, let's give a shout out to everybody that's watching. Fantasia said, "Hi, Hollywood."
Hello, Fantasia.
And
we need to bring that. Where's that Courtney girl at?
Courtney's hanging out with Bolton's group and everything, man. Like I gotta like start hitting those guys up and be like, hey, we're back. Come back over here and give us some love. But as always, Maldacito is in the house. He said, I'm here in not texting while driving home. Rust would be just wrong. Okay. But anyway, we appreciate everybody that does come in and show up. I know a lot of people, like, because of the time of the show, they watch it afterwards, so it's cool. Whatever you have to do, if you watch it afterward, that's cool. If you watch live, that's cool. We just ask you that you hit like, subscribe, share it out to your social media. Help us build this thing back up, man.
Yeah. But and if you watch it afterwards, leave a comment on something you want us to talk about or something you want to see.
Yep.
We'll do it. We'll work on it.
Yeah. Give us your opinion, man. As a matter of fact, if we get enough people in here, we start getting some more regular viewers again. One of the things I've been saying that I want to do is I want to throw the link out there so you guys can come on and tell us a little bit about what you think. So, but what the hell is going on with my friggin' camera? Buffering disabled. Okay, no, that's cool. I got a little bit of a lag.
Yeah, it's pouring by me, so hopefully there'll be no. I won't lose any power today. But it was.
Yeah, dude, I was losing.
It was very dark outside on my way home.
I tried to stream. You were there. I tried to stream yesterday, and I kept losing power and losing my internet connection, so it just drove me crazy. But Andre Pop giveaway, dude, I should hit Boogie up for that Andre the Giant Funko Pop and be like, "Hey guys, remember this? We're still giving it away."
Hey guys.
Oh, bro. Hey. But anyway,
I'm over there playing Dead by Daylight, and somebody disconnects on me last night. Let me get killed.
I was so pissed off, man. I was just like, I was done. I was like, screw it, I'm done. But let's get into some of the news first. Big news today for Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch actually got married.
Yeah,
they've been calling themselves husband and wife. But they officially tied the knot over the weekend. So congratulations to them. Also, last week, happy birthday to Serena Deeb. And then Ronda Rousey and Travis Brown announced that they're having a baby girl. She announced that she was pregnant a couple months ago. But they announced exactly what they were having. So good luck to them.
Yeah. So little baby Rousey running around.
Yeah.
Rousey Jr. Ronda Jr.
A little bit of good news. Yeah.
Little rowdy one.
You think she's ever coming back? I don't think so.
Do I think she's ever coming back?
Yeah. I don't think so. I think she's done. Maldacito, I give it a year.
If you throw enough money at her, possibly the right scenario.
I think she's bad mouthed so much, and that she's.
But I think if you bring her back, as we talked about it before, sorry, grab a water. She needs a mouthpiece like a Paul Heyman.
Yeah, she definitely does.
She's just not good on the mic.
I agree. But so that was a little bit of news. As always, though, we want to get back into one of our favorite segments here, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I went first last week. Frank, start us off, brother. What's your good, your bad, your ugly?
The good. Not the entire AEW Dynamite, but the first with Hobbs and Hangman, and the last with Jungle Boy versus Omega. They started out strong and they ended strong. So, if I had to pick my good, I would probably just to start. I'd start with Hobbs and Hangman, because I think that was a great start to the show. I mean, Hangman, been around, veteran guy out there. Hobbs is newer, and they had a great match. I mean, it really was. Even with a little bit interference from the rest of Taz's crew, was very minimal. I'll say that as my good. The bad, it's what they're doing to Shayna Baszler, continuing over and over and over again. I mean, MMA. I mean, listen to Cornette. Listen to Cornette. You're talking about her match at Hell in a Cell. She's an MMA. She should have destroyed Alexa Bliss. But they're treating her like a comedy act. I mean, it's just ridiculous what they're doing with her and Jackson and Reginald. It's just crazy the way they're I'll just say disrespecting Shayna Baszler for the talent she has. And my ugly is whatever they're doing with Piper, Doudrop, and Eva Marie.
God, man.
I mean, that's ugly. It's just the other than the top four women, you got You got Asuka, you got Charlotte, you got Rhea, you got Bayley, you got Sasha Banks, you got Bella, you got top six. Other than that, the women's division in WWE is awful.
Okay, you want to know what I think about the women's division in WWE right now? Dude, it's the women's division in the WWE women's division went from pretty much the top, you know, and now it's like I wouldn't even put it third. As far as like the talent is there, but it's just shit. The storyline's crap.
All right. That was my GBU. So what's yours?
I knew you were going to do some of that stuff, so I kind of like threw a little bit. I tried to do something a little bit different. My good this week was AEW putting over their young talent. Pretty much the entire AEW show was about the young guys. You know what I mean? It was about. I mean, they put over. They definitely put over Jungle Boy. They put over Jungle Boy. They put over Sammy, MJF, Hobbs. I mean, we got a really good look at how much Hobbs has improved. We got a really good look at how much Jungle Boy has improved and where he stands. We'll talk about that more. Sammy got pushed big. MJF got pushed big. I mean, it was awesome, dude. So that's a great thing that they're doing. They're building for the future, and they're doing it right. So
I thought it was better. This Dynamite was better than the prior week's Dynamite.
Fantasia said, "My good, Eva Marie versus Naomi and Asuka." We need to. We need to talk about that. But my bad. More WWE releases. We'll talk about that. A lot of releases, and I know that some people are saying, "Look, this could be a good thing in disguise. It lets them go and do other things. I get that, but it's never good when you have a job and then the next day you don't, and they're like, okay, and you can't go find another job for 90 days. So it's, yeah. You know what that's like. It's like you just get kicked to the curb, and it's like, yes, right now there's a lot of places to go. There's a lot of opportunity, but it won't be as lucrative as the WWE. Or for some people maybe, but most people, they're going to be taking a pay cut. Now, will they be happier? Maybe. Will it be better for them in the long run? Maybe. But it's jarring, and it's like comes out of nowhere. So that's that's tough, and for some of them, they've come out and said that, that this is going to be tough, but they'll more than likely they'll all be okay. But it's just like, it's a kick in the nuts, man. And it's something that doesn't have to happen. WWE, like we've talked about it several times, they made more money last year than they've ever made in the history of the company. And the same thing's happening this year with the deal that they made with Peacock. They're making money hand over fist. There's no reason for these people to be cut. Now, I understand that they cut some of these people because they just weren't doing anything with them. But that's a problem too, because one of the big problems with the WWE right now is that they're being super repetitive. We even had a couple of weeks where they were double booking people. So It's like, you telling me you can't put some of these guys in some matches to give us a little bit of spice, a little bit of variety? Come on, man, this is stupid. But that was my bad. And the ugly, and this is something we can talk about a little bit more. Maybe we'll talk about this a little bit more because a lot of people already talked about it. Sasha Banks being just absolutely ratioed to death on Twitter, on social media, for liking some anti-COVID vaccination tweets. Here's the thing. I got vaccinated. You know that. You got vaccinated too, right?
I did.
Yeah. People that are concerned about vaccination, I get it. 100% get it. There are, in some cases there are side effects, and there's some questionable things. I get it. But this thing with canceling people is just bullshit. I absolutely cannot stand it. And the thing is that some of these tweets that she may have liked because they were like, it was a tweet, and then like another day later they put something else in, and then a day later they put something else in. She may have liked the first part of the tweet and then didn't know about the other things that they added, because one of the tweets that I saw, it went into friggin' like crazy level conspiracy theory, science fiction territory, man. They were talking about friggin' nanotechnology and the friggin' things and stuff like that. So here's the thing, but this cancel culture shit needs to stop. But it got super, super ugly with her. They're calling for her to be fired from The Mandalorian. Some of them people are calling for her to be fired from the WWE. And it's stupid, man. Like, and like I said, whether you agree with it or you disagree with it, it's bullshit. So just leave them alone.
People are entitled to their opinions. I mean,
yeah.
What was it? Kyrie Irving, whether it was kidding or not, is a flat earth person, believing the earth is flat. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's his opinion. I mean, I don't agree with it, but it's his opinion. I'm not going to hate on a guy and say he should be kicked out of the NBA and never be able to play basketball ever again. That's like crazy. This is stupid talk. I don't agree with everything people agree with. I don't disagree with everything people disagree with. It's, their choice. I mean, but yeah, cancel culture is crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But it is what it is, I mean, it happens.
Yeah, and I agree with Matosito. If Hobbs stays the course, he's going to be a great big man.
Dude, I think if you look at how he's improved over the last few years, I mean, over the last few years, he's only been there for like a year. You look at the difference between when he debuted and where he is now. He's come a long way. He's come a long way, and he's got, and like I said, Mark Henry's there, one of the best big men to ever do it. You know, Big Show, Paul White is there. Another one of the best big men to ever do it. He's got good teachers and people who have played that role who can teach him how to do it right. So he's got great people. If he keeps his head to the, he keeps his nose to the grindstone, keeps his head down, and keeps plowing ahead, he's going to turn into something special. Yeah. I really truly believe that. Yeah, and modesty, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You have a right to question. Should never have someone try to take your livelihood away over an opinion. Exactly, 100%. But that's my good, the bad, the ugly. Here we go.
Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start?
Well, you know what? Let's. I do want to talk about something. All right, so.
If we're gonna talk, if we're gonna talk about Raw, SmackDown, and AEW, we gotta try to get all of them in this.
Yeah. All right. So one thing real quick I want to talk about is like, I was talking to over on Mark Polton's wrestling stream, which I'll put the link into the description later. He's got a really cool wrestling show that he's doing. Mark's actually going to try to be on next week. He can't do it this week because he's with his son. But we were talking about the forbidden door being open, and some people really feel like the thing with AEW is very one-sided. I did some research, and it's really it really isn't. We just don't see a lot of it. For instance, the deal between AEW and
Impact.
Impact. Well, AEW and Impact, but also AEW and AAA. So AAA is putting on their Triple Mania show, and they've announced the entire lineup for that. And listen to this lineup. All right, so you've got the Lucha Brothers, who are signed with AEW. Versus El Hijo del Vikingo. I'm going to ruin these names, by the way. And the Radio Kid versus Taurus and a mystery partner for the AAA tag team titles. So you've got a 3-way tag match there. You got so you get the Lucha Brothers, who are an AEW talent, going to AAA. Deonna Purrazzo versus Fabia Apache for the AAA Reina del Reyes and the Impact Nakata. So Impact is working with AAA, and she's actually defending their championship over there. So you've got that as well, and obviously Deonna Purrazzo is an Impact person. But I'm just showing you how like the one-sidedness isn't really, it's not really so much as one-sided as we just haven't seen it everywhere yet. And then you got Kenny Omega versus Andrade for the AAA Mega Championship, and Andrade and Kenny are both signed by AEW. So the talent thing is going both ways. It's just that with Impact, which has been the big one, it's kind of been one-sided with Impact. And I think the reason for that is because of the whole Sammy Guevara thing. When Sammy was going to go over there for a couple of weeks, but he didn't like what they were doing. I think that kind of took the steam out of it a little bit, but I think the wheels are starting to turn again.
Yep.
And I also think that they're holding off on a lot of stuff until there's crowds. I think every company, with the exception of maybe New Japan, is holding off until there's crowds. They want more people.
And speaking of New Japan, because you're talking about Impact, AAA, and AEW, we mentioned that, you know, I talked about the other day, is that New Japan Strong has somebody come in to wrestle, can't remember his name, for AEW Elevation.
Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good match too, by the way. And it was Wheeler Yuta versus Carl Anderson, who's an Impact guy. So you had one member of an Impact tag team who's doing a show on AEW versus a New Japan guy. So you've got, you know, cross promotion there for both of them. It's just right now, it seems like it's one-sided.
It does.
I think that, like I said, I think as the summer goes on and we start getting more and crowd shows start becoming a regular thing. Now this, you know, I'm home. You made your choice. Glad you made it home safe, dude. I think you're going to start seeing more reciprocity. with all this going to do. Now, the company that I think really has kind of just constantly given and hasn't really gotten much back is NWA. Like, I don't think a single AEW guy has appeared on an NWA show. Now, granted, they just started doing shows again.
Yeah.
But like right now, their world title scene with Nick Aldis, they need a challenger for that guy. There isn't a real legitimate challenger for that title over there. And if I was Billy Corgan, I would be cashing in some of that AEW crossover goodwill that's happened with Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa. Like, I'd be like, hey, man, hey, I give we basically shored up your entire women's division for a year. Hook a brother up, so. But that was just something I saw that we talked about that I felt like I needed to look into and take a look at. But enough time on that. All right. Let's talk about SmackDown.
Get Britt Baker or somebody, or
dude.
When they do that women's pay-per-view thing that Mickie James is running in NWA, get some of the talent from AEW or even Impact. Take a Perazo, take a Britt Baker, take a Nyla Rose, take somebody.
Yeah,
and get them over there. Just all three promotions for that women's match would be awesome.
Yeah, and honestly, I think they're going to do that. I do think that we're going to see some of that. I just don't think, like I said, right now it just doesn't seem like there's like it's going on. But if there isn't, if they haven't talked about that and they have something going on with, considering Mickie James, I mean, we already seen allusions to Mickie James showing up in Impact.
Yep.
If that doesn't happen, man, that's a missed opportunity. So,
yeah, and those first cuts, those wrestlers from the very first cut, 2 weeks from tomorrow, July 14th.
Yep,
is when they're going to be available.
And when is Slammiversary? I think Slammiversary is coming up.
I think it's right after that, I believe.
Slammiversary. They love doing that stuff. Yeah, July 17th.
Yep.
Yeah, so a lot of that first round can show up at Slammiversary, and they probably will. Even if it's just, for like, just for like one night or something like that. We'll probably see some of that. But anyway, Masi said, "Oi, Mochingon, I know a big word." I probably butchered that too. But all right, man, let's get into SmackDown. I just wanted to go over that for a second because like someone was bitching, saying, well, I shouldn't say they were bitching. There was a lot of talk about how the Forbidden Door it's like a one-way door, and I don't think that's true. I just think that right now they're all waiting for crowds to come back, and I think then that's when things are going to start really rolling.
Yeah, I would get something set up, and then like when the crowds come back, man, really kick that door in and just have a blowout with try to get anybody from cross promotion in that first pay-per-view or even that first week of shows would be.
Yeah, I think once the crowds come back, we're going to see a lot of it. But okay, so SmackDown continues to be the Roman Reigns show. Like I said, it's the best storyline they have going, and it's one of only two decent storylines that they have going right now.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. A lot of the wrestling is good. The storylines are it's the storylines that are killing it, right? They're just killing the shows right now. The Roman and Jimmy had an exchange. Jimmy's trying to figure out how to get back and get into Roman's good graces because he wants to be a piece of the family. The manipulation that Roman's doing, whoever's writing this storyline is doing a great job.
Yeah. Well, we know somebody who's not writing is that whoever, what's her name, who made the comments about not knowing anything about pro wrestling and didn't know Bobby Ashley from Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, Miss Kenise Mobley. She is no longer with the company, which we'll go over that in a minute. Next up, Bianca Belair cuts promo.
Woohoo.
The Bianca versus Bailey storyline is played out. Just we got to move on. We got to move on, man. I mean, but the thing that sucks is there's only 4 women. There's only 4 women on on SmackDown. Yeah, there's only 4 women on the roster in SmackDown. It's like, what are you gonna do? It's it's and I have to believe that there's like, dude, I'm telling you right now, come August, come the draft, there's gonna be a lot of moves, and there's gonna be a lot of people called up from NXT. There has to be.
You know who I would love to see? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I would love to see, but she said she really doesn't have any interest right now in getting back in the ring because what she's doing with Adam Pearce is Sonya Deville versus the EST.
So supposedly Sonya Deville is gonna make an in-ring return, but she's still gonna be the general manager, not general manager. Whatever. Her thing is, I don't know.
But the 2 of them in a match would be so that's fresh talent. Like,
it's something different, man.
Yeah. Fresh matchup. She hasn't wrestled since that whole issue with that guy trying to break into her house.
I'm telling you, dude, it's weird. But then we had Seth Rollins came out, cut a weird promo that turned into a mixed tag match with Rollins and Bailey versus Belair and Cesaro. And the in-ring action was okay. But yeah, both of these feuds are played out. Rollins and Cesaro's played out. Bailey versus Belair is definitely played out. They need to move on. They need to stop screwing. It's just it's repetitive and it's boring. The talent is great. The writing is terrible. Nakamura versus Corbin was just stupid. I mean, I get it. They're building up for King of the Ring, and I would really like for them to. King of the Ring should not be a pay-per-view. It's just like Hell in a Cell. It should be a match, not a pay-per-view. And it should freaking matter. Yeah. At this point, man, them Rick rolling somebody would be better than what they're showing on television. So.
And they've changed his name back to Baron Corbin.
Yep. Oh, whatever. This was just goofy shit. Like, I know some people actually thought that this was cool. I thought it was just goofy shit, and it doesn't help anybody. King of Ball style. It's just, dude. I mean, Shinsuke Nakamura is like a super flamboyant guy anyway, and he's one of those guys that he just doesn't give a crap. He'll do whatever. But I just this is dumb. Like, Corbin is actually right about this. He won the King of the Ring. It's his friggin' crown. He's the baby face in this, and it's just stupid. But no, Cruz versus Big E again. Good in ring. Dude, the interference in this match was ridiculous. Every like, how many times did Aziz interfere until finally the ref is like, okay, you gotta go. I'm like, dude, he's been doing this the whole match. Why is it all of a sudden you're kicking him out? But it was oh my god. But yeah, again, good in-ring work. But this is a match that we've seen 100 times.
Yep.
I do like that Big E went over in this. In my personal opinion, give him the friggin'
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. Let him go all the way with it. I love the dude. I think he's awesome. I think he deserves it. I think he deserves a world title shot, a world title run. But yeah, awesome. Sammy versus KO is going to happen again. Which, I mean, both these guys are both so good. Like I said, the in-ring action will be great. But again, this is a match that we have seen 100 times.
Yep.
So repetitive.
And Zayn, I think not Zayn. Owens is back, I think, next week or a week after.
Yeah, which he was supposed to be
took like a week or two off.
Yeah, he was supposed to be gone for like a month, but they're like, oh shit, we don't have very many people, so we gotta bring him back. Anyway,
yeah,
and then
and it's nothing injury related. He didn't need time off.
No,
for
he was
surgery. He just wanted some time off.
Well, he was written off story-wise, and plus he just wanted to take a break.
Yeah.
Dolph versus Jimmy Uso. Again,
you forgot Liv Morgan versus
I don't care. I don't care. Who was it? Liv Morgan versus
the best female wrestler in the world.
Oh
whatever.
yeah, Charlotte. Oh no, it was
Carmella.
Carmella. Dude, that's how forgettable that match was. And oh yeah, and this is another stupid thing. Carmella, she lost, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah, she lost again, and she does the same thing again. Like, I don't care. I'm the most beautiful. And didn't she automatically get a? Carmella's automatically in the women's Money in the Bank match.
I don't think anybody's automatic. I'd have to double check that, but I don't think she's automatically in because everybody everybody had on both brands has qualified by winning a match.
Well, again, dude, there's only like 4 women. There's literally is only like 4 women in SmackDown, so she has to be part of the 4 for the women's Money in the Bank.
I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up. I'm not sure because
I think if
you have Asuka and what's her name as a tag team win and they were automatically entered.
Yeah, when we get to Raw, I'm going to talk about that. That's going to piss that pissed me off. But anyway, this was a nothing match. It was a shit match. It was crap, forgettable. Don't care. Dolph versus Jimmy Uso was the main event. Good. It was a good match. Wasn't terrible. This was probably the best match of the night. Next to Big E and Cruz. And then Edge comes back.
Yep.
And he beats up Jimmy Uso. So we're doing that again. It's instead of beating up Roman, the guy that he actually wants. And he's like, Roman, get out of here. I'm like, bro, he's on the ramp. He's right next to you. Turn your head. It's like, what the freaking hell is this? The show wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. If it wasn't for the Roman stuff, this show would not be very good.
If Reigns already beat him and Bryan in a triple threat match, why are we interested in seeing it again?
Yeah. But yeah, that was Raw. I mean, that was SmackDown.
Unless you're planning on giving Edge a title, what's the reason for bringing him back?
Yeah,
and having him get beat down by Reigns over and over again.
Yep. But that was SmackDown. I don't want to go into SmackDown too much. I don't want to spend too much time on it. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. The Roman stuff is still the best thing about the entire show. It is 100% the Roman Reigns show. Hopefully once we get to when we talk about Raw, I'll talk about how I do have a little bit of hope. I'm hoping that in August, and plus when we get we live crowds back and everything, we're going to start getting more variety on the show. Yeah. But let's move on to Raw to Dynamite.
And SmackDown's ratings were down for the week from last week.
They were. I don't know. I don't want to read into that too much. But we'll see what happens. But let's move on to Dynamite because Dynamite.
Yeah, their ratings were up from the best non-Wednesday ratings ever.
Which
started off with Hobbs versus Hangman.
Yeah, good match, really good match. Like I said, we got to look at how much Powerhouse Hobbs has come, and it was dude, the thing about the match that I really liked, is that it showed Hobbs had a brain.
Yep.
Because when too many times with the big guys, they're just all power and that's it. But he actually used strategy in this, and he used some moves that a good big man should use. So like when Hangman was going for the buckshot lariat, he's like and he just slides out of the ring.
Yep.
It's like that's good storytelling in the ring right there. That shows you that he has a brain, that he scouted out his opponent. That's how you build a good a good in-ring rapport. And yeah, like Mountain said, Hog gave him a crossbody, dude. That's not a normal big man move, but that, yeah, if you're able to do it, do it. But here's the thing. I like that he did that, but he didn't do a whole lot more like the high flying stuff. I like that. Like it was kind of like back when the Undertaker would mostly do, basic power moves, and he would be very slow and methodical. But every once in a while, he would just break out at like a dive over the top rope. And be like, holy crap! That's how you build a good man for the future.
Seeing Big Show do a drop kick off the top rope.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, Hobbs is getting it, and I'm like, yeah, Hobbs did a great job. Like this was, if the Jungle Boy Omega match had not been on the show, this would have been the best match of the night. But what did you think about the match?
Oh, it was part of my good. That was my good. I mean, it was a great way to start off AEW. You have a guy in Hangman who can help put Hobbs over and elevate him, and Hobbs is going this way, and it's just he's not going to hit it like overnight, but with Taz and Big Show and Mark Henry and those guys working with him, he's just keeps getting better and better. It's like with Britt Baker. Mm-hmm. When she was first there, you mean trying to see her wrestle Riho, and the other ones, it was like, oh my god,
dude. The thing that Hobbs has improved with most, and I talk about this all the time, is his timing. His timing has gotten so much better. So much better. Every move he was throwing was crisp. Every move, when it needed to be stiff, it was stiff. Timing and ring awareness are so important. So important. And his has improved drastically.
And he adds more moves and is trying different things. And
his moveset
make him even better.
Yeah. Like his moveset, and like I said, you gave him a crossbody. It's just like a year ago, it would be like, hell no, dude, you'll never hit it right. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, that was awesome. Next,
excuse me.
Oh God,
excuse me, Miss Vicky Guerrero.
Yeah. Wait. Was that? Wait, we had the Didn't we have the
Oh no, we had Tully Blanchard. That's right, Tully Blanchard and Conan first. Yeah. Conan would just started. I think he forgot his lines and started ad-libbing a little bit. And I'm like, I couldn't understand what he was talking about. It just didn't make sense.
I think that segment went longer than it was supposed to.
Yeah.
I think maybe they told him, hey, keep going. But here's the thing. Okay, so I liked it. I thought this was interesting. I thought it was cool. Two things. One, he should have come out and said his line. Let me speak on this. Remember that? That used to be his line. Remember when he was with the NWO Wolfpack?
Yep.
He should have started. I think he should have come up with his line. So I thought that was a missed opportunity. And two, this is something that they should have built up over like a month or so. Like they should have built up his presence on the show. Because here's the honest truth. How many people really know who he is? Like most like the current generation of fans, they're not gonna know who the hell he is. Most people aren't gonna, most new fans, they're not gonna know who they weren't around back then. So they're not gonna know who he is. So his importance, they're like when he came out, I almost guarantee like half the people watching were like, oh shit, it's Conan. And the other half were like, who the hell is this guy?
Oh, come on. Everybody should know who Max Moon is. Everybody should know who Max Moon is.
Oh God. Fantasia agrees with us. That's awesome. But I really think they should have oh, wait a minute.
What? Yes. Are you dropping again?
I'm trying to make sure that I'm not.
But yeah, Conan, coming out there talking with Tully. It was a good segment. Like a little long in the tooth. I agree. And I talked about it with you the other day. Is are they splitting the tag teams up from
Yeah.
Inner Circle and Pinnacle, or are they just adding Conan to the mix with those guys? Because I'm not sure where the long term payoff is with Conan.
Well, I think I was actually so I'm of the personal opinion that I was hoping that the the Pinnacle were going to win. I was hoping that Pinnacle was going to win Stadium Stampedes and they would break up the Inner Circle, and then he could be the front guy for Santana and Ortiz. And I agree, Maldacino. Conan is a legit legend, but most of the modern fans really don't know who he is. So, and they should know who he is. That's why I wanted them to establish him, like for like a couple, like at least 2 or 3 weeks. Establish who this guy is. Tell people who this guy is, so they understand the importance of that segment. Dude, I love the when he was telling Tully he should learn how to speak Spanish so he could talk to his grandkids. That was awesome, dude. Conan is a great speaker, dude. A great speaker. And like I said, I really wanted them to know who he was. And I just don't think that there's enough people that do. So, but other than that, I thought the segment was great. I just thought it could have been better. Like I said, if they'd established it, you got 2 guys in there that could talk like nobody else. But it was a cool segment.
Yeah, and then the FTR came out and did that spike pile driver to him.
Yeah, dude. This is like just them destroying all these legends. That just puts so much heat on them, man. You know, like last week when they basically spiked Dean Malenko, which I was like, oh my god, dude, they killed him. It's like, good god, dude, somebody check Dean to make sure he's gonna pulse. But no, like again, something that AEW does great. These face-to-face segments, man, they do them so good. So. But that was awesome. Then we had Seidel versus Dante Martin?
Yeah, you had Miss Vicky out with Andrade.
Yep.
El Idolo.
Andrade El Idolo.
Then you had Seidel versus Dante Martin.
Yeah, well, actually, didn't they? They came out right before.
She was coming out to make a major announcement, and
as they were introducing Seidel and Martin, right?
Yeah, Seidel came out while she was getting ready to talk about the announcement, which is probably going to set up Seidel versus Andrade.
Oh, 100%.
And then they had their match with Martin versus Seidel.
Yeah, which was a decent match if I remember. I mean, he's against a young guy. Dante Martin's another one of those dudes that, like, if he keeps developing the right way, he's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
I missed their truck. Yeah, that truck was dope, man. FTR's truck.
Oh yeah.
But so then Seidel versus Seidel versus Andrade is 100% coming, man.
Yeah.
Which that should be good. Then we had the weirdest match of the night, which was Ethan Page versus Bear Bronson. Dude, I'm not sold on Bear Country. And this match was just weird.
Yeah. Ethan Page,
I love that dude.
He needs to be a singles guy. Being with they both need to be singles.
Yeah,
I think you got you need the tag teams because you got so many single guys right now. It's just like starting to get full on AEW.
Yeah, I mean their roster's pretty big. That's one of the reasons why I said all these people like, oh, all these guys that were released are like, oh, they should go to AEW. I was like, no. I'm like, no, there's enough people in AEW right now.
Well, you can if you can continue this brand conglomeration with NWA, New Japan, and Impact. Then bringing these guys in won't be that bad because you can cross promote across the board.
Yeah. I thought she was going to announce Selena Vega. Do you think Selena Vega is going to be coming, man?
I think depends on where her husband goes.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
Alistair right now has been rumored to go to AEW, and you know, she might have her choice. But if he goes to New Japan and stays in Japan, she's not going to stay in the States and let him go over to Japan by himself. She'll follow him over there.
And Mousy, I agree. Paige needed to win, and Bronson could lose because he's a tag team. It was just a weird pairing, man. It's like Ethan Page versus Bear Bronson. I mean, it was better than I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't a great match, but it was just weird. It felt weird. Like their styles don't really mesh very well. But yeah, I love Ethan Page, dude. Like the North, I was so upset when he left because I thought for sure he was going to WWE. I was 100% like he's built for the WWE.
Yeah.
He's got like his style, the way he cuts promos and stuff. He's 100% built for the WWE. And the North was just with him and Josh Alexander was one of my favorite tag teams. But then when he showed up in AEW, I was like, oh shit, okay. That was all right. Let's see where this goes. But yeah, he 100%. I don't like that. I mean, I like them as a faction. I don't like them as a tag team, him and Scorpio.
Yeah, and a week from tomorrow, you got Darby Allin. He challenged him to a coffin match at Road Rager.
Yeah,
on July 7th.
Yeah, and
Page versus Allin.
Yeah, dude, Page is like he's completely changed his body over the last year. Like when he went into lockdown for COVID, that dude hit the gym like a beast, man. He lost a bunch of weight. He got his muscle mass increased. And yeah, and that was the other thing too, man. It was just a weird match.
It should be interesting how they roll that coffin match, because WWE when do it, you got to put your opponent in a coffin and shut the lid. So
yeah,
what kind of spin do they put on it for AEW?
Yeah. Then you had next match was Chris Statlander versus the Bunny.
Yeah,
it was okay.
Little Bunny Foo.
Again, it was a decent match. It was an okay match. It was clear that this was basically being designed to set up a match between Orange Cassidy and the Butcher.
Yeah.
But I mean, Statlander went over, which is good because I like Statlander and I want to see her inserted into the world title scene.
Yeah. Plus, she's been out for a while with that knee injury. So.
Yep. And then the last match of the night, and probably the best wrestling match of the entire week. Take it away, man.
Anna Jay's new boy toy. If you did not see the picture posted on Facebook, or not Facebook, Twitter, big lip lock from Jungle Boy and Anna Jay.
Yeah, the picture that broke wrestling Twitter.
Yeah. I would say it's the biggest match of Jungle Boy's career.
Hands down.
Getting in there in a title match versus Kenny Omega. I mean, obviously, you're not taking the title off of Kenny Omega.
No.
But Jungle Boy, it gets his name out there, it gets him going, gets some ring time against a veteran and a guy who can help get him over in Kenny Omega. I mean, Kenny's been all over New Japan, Mexico, all over the States. I mean, this guy can go, and if you can get in a ring and have a great match with a guy like that, and just going to help elevate Jungle Boy and keep him going. I'll say it before, I'll say it again. If you really want to get Jungle Boy over and get him going, they've got to get rid of Jungle Boy.
Yep. Yep.
He's
Checking
got to
the
be.
cheek, man.
He's got to be Jack Perry or some other name. But
Yeah.
if you really want to get him going, he's got to break away from the Jurassic Express. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think of that's got to be the idea eventually. And I kind of like I said, this match was them showing how far he's come again in the last year. And then again, another match putting over young talent, showing, you know, like one of their future stars. And he has such an upside, man. He really does.
Yeah, and he really got the crowd going because they were believing that it's possible he could beat him, and you know, just it was close. Jungle Boy did a great job. Well, Jurassic Express came out and took the Good Brothers out, which you don't want any interference with a match like this.
Yep.
Let these guys go.
I love that. Yeah, and I love that right at the beginning of the match, they're like, "You guys get out of here. You guys get out of here. Let's have this match."
Yeah. Yeah. Have the match. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't get any outside interference.
Yeah.
Don't be pulling a freaking MVP in every time you got to interfere in a guy's match. Just let the guys in the ring do what they need to do.
Yeah,
then afterwards, you want to do a beatdown or do something like they do 100 times with Young Bucks or the Good Brothers, and fine. But
yeah, and the thing with, like, after watching this match and seeing where he's at, he's not quite there to be in the world title scene. I think he's still got some maturing to do. He's got some growing to do. I think he needs to build on, like body wise. I think he needs to put it like another 10, 15 pounds of upper body muscle, especially in his shoulders. I mean, he's got the base. He just needs to increase the look. Like you said, he needs to move away from the Jungle Boy persona. He needs to become Jack Perry. Or he needs to get some kind of other gimmick. To be really considered. I mean, I know that it's crazy popular, but to really reach the next level, he's gotta ditch the gimmick. I would like to see him like I love Miro as the TNT champion. I love his character, dude. Miro's awesome, and the promo he cut this week was dope. About 4 to 6 months from now, I'd like to see Jungle Boy with a TNT title run. I think he's improved to the point where I 100% can see him be the TNT title champion. And then give him a run with that and see how he does there, and then maybe revisit him versus the champion again in like a year or so, and see where he's at there.
Mouse City was definitely Jack Perry and not Jungle Boy with Anna J there.
Yeah, he was Jungle Man. He 100% was Jungle Man that night, man.
I agree with
and he does. Here. He needs to have. I think he needs to have a run with the TNT title to truly be considered a contender. But I also want to see him, like I said, I want to see him mature. I want to see him get a little bit bigger because he's still kind of on the thin side. I want him to be a true heavyweight. I think he's only like 190 pounds.
Something like that.
Yeah, let me double check real quick. Yeah, he's only 5'10". Jungle Boy weight. Yeah, he's only he's 170 pounds, dude. He needs to build up on that frame. Mountain Cena's hot. Damn, dude. Anna Jay is hot though. She is 100% hot. But no, I think that match was great, and I think that he's definitely a future star, 100%. 100%.
And if they keep adding more talent, and with elevation and stuff, I can see AEW adding another title beginning of next year.
I would like to see AEW, because basically AEW, as far as their title scene is concerned, they've built it similar to New Japan. Because one of the things they want a 6-man tag, and I call it 6-man tag because that's what it's 6-man because that's what friggin' New Japan calls it. Okay, shut the hell up. It's 6-man. 6-man. They want to do a 6-man tag title, which I think is fine. The TNT title is obviously the TV title, and it's kind of their version of the and anybody can hold it. It's kind of their version of the never open weight title. I would like to see 2 more belts in AEW. I want to see a junior heavyweight title, and I want to see a junior heavyweight tag team title. I want to see both of those. Because they need to put respect on those titles the same way that New Japan does. One of the coolest things that New Japan does is once a year after Wrestle Kingdom, the world champion and the junior heavyweight champion have a match. They always have a match, and that match is always one of the best matches of the year. Last year, it was supposed to be Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Naito. The year before that, I think it was Ospreay versus Okada. That was one of the best matches I've ever seen. Actually, I think that was 3 years ago. But dude, it's one of the best. It's an awesome tradition, and it's one of the best matches they do all year. So I would love to see that, because think about that. We could get like John Moxley versus Sammy Guevara. You know, we could get Hangman Adam Page versus Jungle Boy. How awesome would that be, dude? That would be an awesome match. So, and like I said, put respect on these belts, man. I really think that they need to do that, because I think there's a lot of smaller guys in AEW. So, and I just think that that would be the best way for them to go. I know a lot of people say that you don't want to have too many belts, but you also want to make sure that you're not too sparse.
Right.
So, and right now they've only got 4 titles right now. I don't think they need a women's tag team set of women's tag team belts, because they don't have enough women to really have a good tag team division. But I definitely think that they need a junior heavyweight and a junior tag team belt. So that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, time to move on to Raw.
Oh God. Raw this week again was not bad. It wasn't great, but it was it was, by Raw standards, this was a decent show. Right. Damian Priest showed back out. They had the
Battle Royal.
They had the Battle Royal. I don't think anybody had any doubt about who was winning this. Riddle won it. Dude, RK Bro might be the best thing Raw has going right now. It's silly, but it's entertaining.
All right. So if you didn't watch Raw, Riddle's already in the Money in the Bank match. It was supposed to be McIntyre, Styles, and Orton on Monday Night Raw. I don't know why Orton wasn't there. I still haven't figured out. They haven't said anything why he wasn't there, so I'm not sure what the deal was. He's even advertised it up to that morning.
Yeah.
But Riddle comes out with a note from the Viper.
Yeah, dude. That was so freaking funny, dude. Oh my God. I get that people are pissed off that Riddle's being made into be a goofball, but really the angle between him and Randy Orton, it really is. I'm not really big on comedy stuff, like on comedy. Like I said, Toru Yano is in New Japan I don't get it, but when it's funny, it's funny. And this was freaking funny, dude.
It was. Hey, Yule.
Yep.
Yeah, but he has like in green markers.
It was so freaking.
He had a little viper.
It's
It's got a little
said
viper on
Randy
there.
Orton, aloha. I was like, oh
Aloha.
my God.
Aloha means hello and goodbye.
Oh
Like, and,
my
then
God.
and he got a little viper written on here.
It
It's
was
like
so. It
drawn
was.
on here.
It was. It was funny. It was legit funny.
Yeah. So Riddle was allowed to compete.
Yeah, and he won
on behalf of Randy Orton, and like you said, you got Damon Priest who finally made an appearance after
an appearance and then got eliminated.
How long? He was a final two. It was him and Riddle, which they had a good back and forth. I was really think those two guys were really good in the ring. Just the two of them going back and forth.
Yeah, it was funny, dude. But so that was the opener. It wasn't a bad opener. I mean, it's typical. It's a battle royal, dude.
Yeah,
battle royals are never great.
They're not. Oh, but then also you had a title change hand 3 times during the match.
Nobody gives a shit.
The 24/7 title got won and lost 3 times.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
And then, but it was, and probably the worst part of it, other than that 24/7, was Omos coming out and helping pull out the Viking Express experience, whatever, helping pull them out of the ring. It's like, come on.
I mean, what else are you going to do with them? But yeah, the opener, it was okay. I mean, for what it was okay. And then we had just absolute shit.
Got Nikki Ash.
Which it should be Nikki Ass. Which it's so Shayna versus Nikki, almost a superhero, which I don't think they realize that superhero is one word.
Yeah.
So it should be AAS instead of almost as
and WWE is trademarking Nikki Ash.
Oh my God. Whoever was writing this is awful. But yeah, and then of course Shayna loses because reasons. Then we had Alexa versus who the hell she was, it was her versus Nia, right?
Well, you had that match. Then you had Kofi. Well, you had Kofi Kingston coming out and talking.
Baszler versus Nikki Ross, Kofi Kingston versus MVP. That was actually good.
Yeah, Kofi Kingston and MVP were gabbing back and forth.
Yeah. And then it was
No, I'm sorry. Kofi Kingston was coming out and he was talking to MVP. Or MVP came out. I can't remember. They were out there talking.
Yeah. No, Kingston came out and he was talking about Xavier Woods. And he was like, put some respect on his name. MVP came out and said Lashley was like taking the day off. And then Kofi beat the shit out of him. This is a good storyline. I'm liking this storyline. It was no. The whole thing with was Shayna Baszler with Nia Jackson, Reginald, and Bliss happened after the Nikki Cross match, where Reginald got kicked in the balls, which was like pretty much the best thing that happened in this whole freaking fracas. It was just, oh God, dude, women's division is so screwed. They're so screwed.
But yeah, I mean,
and then
Kingston beating up MVP was good.
That was great, dude. I'm really down for this Kingston versus Lashley, man. I really hope that they make something of this man, and they don't he doesn't get squashed in 16 seconds. Which I still think that was just awful what they did to him with Brock.
Yep. Yeah.
But
it really was.
But this was great. I'm liking this is probably the second best thing going on in WWE. I put this right there with RK Bro, and this storyline are the best things on Raw.
Yep.
And then the next match, this freaking pissed me off so bad, dude. Asuka, Naomi versus Eva Marie and Doudrop. They freaking Asuka gets no respect, man.
She doesn't.
She gets no respect. It literally pisses me off. One word, tell that to my spell check. You can't use superhero Marvel Indies. Yeah. But Kofi made me believe. Yeah, it was this thing. They've been together for 2 weeks and they're already breaking them up. Why did you even? Why can't you just use her real name? Why are we supposed to pretend that we don't know what her real name is? This is just stupid. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Let's move on. They're burying Asuka and Naomi, and it's ridiculous. But Ricochet versus John Morrison, that was a really good match.
Yeah, some nice spots from Ricochet.
Yep, good match. Yeah, that springboard crossbody to the outside.
Oh,
that put dude.
For the count out, the double count out one, yeah. Jesus.
I mean, like, holy shit, dude. And this was like one of the only times that a double count out I would be like, okay, I'm okay with that, because they basically killed each other. It's like normally like a count out where it's just something stupid. I'm like, this is bullshit. This was basically they got counted out because they literally killed each other. So I'm okay with that. This and any match where you let Ricochet and John Morrison actually shine, I'm 1,000% behind that. Then we had
and you're gonna have those two guys as two of the competitors in Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and they'll be part of the highlights of that match, but they won't win.
No,
which is, do you think Drew's winning that?
Well, no, I hope not. I agree with you. I hope Big E. I hope they give the Money in the Bank to Big E.
Yeah, they really do need to give it to him. I could see Drew winning, but I can also see him losing because of like gender. Right. But I honestly don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they have anything for gender.
As long as they don't pull the crap that they pulled a couple of years ago, where Mustafa was up there, get ready to grab it, and freaking Lesnar comes out.
Yeah, you mean the dude who wasn't even in the match?
Yeah,
that guy.
Yep.
Yeah, or hopefully, God, they don't do another friggin' Otis. Why don't they let the Miz wrestle him like that? I just want the Miz off the friggin' look. No offense to the dude, he's been on television too long. His shtick sucks. I don't like the Miz. Miz TV is terrible. Just let the guy stay at home and heal up and come back later when he can actually get in the ring. I just don't give a shit about the Miz.
Yeah, they need him to help get Johnny Drip over.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't. They really don't.
They don't. Not after that spot, that crossbody on the outside.
Yeah, dude. I mean, just let him tell his shit in the ring. Then we had probably the well, I shouldn't say it was the worst match of the night, but it was one of the worst matches of the night. Charlotte, Natalya, and Tamina versus Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose, and Rhea Ripley. Charlotte, who not a babyface. They don't know what the hell they want to do with her. They don't know what the hell they want to do with Rhea Ripley. You've got Charlotte, who's 100% a heel, even though they don't say that she's a heel. 100% a heel. I'm just not a fan of the Miz, dude. I'm sorry. I don't want to be like that. I'm tired of the shit. I'm just tired of it.
Come on, he's a Cleveland boy. You gotta love it.
He is a Cleveland boy. I know. Like outside the ring, I think he's awesome. Just right now, I don't want to see him on television. Charlotte wins this whole. Well, Charlotte wins it, and then Rhea basically comes in, takes her out, and then runs away like a heel, cackling like a heel. I'm like, what is this? This is a nothing feud. This is stupid. This is a nothing feud. You took two weak storylines with the women's tag team division, and then Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, and then Charlotte and Rhea, where they don't know what direction they want to go with this thing. It just sucks. And they mashed them together and said, here, and they just splattered it all over the screen. It sucks.
Yeah, and if you make if Rhea's a face, the faces don't come out and hit somebody from behind and take them out.
It's just stupid. I'm
I'm going to take you from behind and then I'm going to run away. Okay, but I'm a baby face. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
Next match, Elias versus Jackson Riker. Don't care.
Strap match.
Really don't care. Then we got to 100% the absolute best thing of the night.
The main event.
This was quite possibly the best match of the entire week.
No, I thought you said that was. I thought you said Jungle Boy and.
I said quite possibly. I didn't say it was. It's dude. I put this. It was very close. It was very close. I think Jungle Boy versus Omega was slightly better, but a lot of people said that they thought this was the best match of the week, and I can't argue with them because it was awesome. Nope. But McIntyre versus Riddle versus AJ Styles. I mean, he had three of the best dudes in the world there. I mean, it was awesome, dude. And Riddle, they did the thing where one guy got taken out early, and I mean, it was a typical three-way. One guy gets taken out early, so it turns into a two-man. Third guy comes back. Riddle acted like he broke his foot, kicking the steps. Goes to the back. AJ and Drew do what they do. Drew continues to try to put this friggin' brand on his back so that it doesn't suck. And they turn in a really, really, really good match. Riddle comes back out, almost wins it with an RK Bro. But gets taken out. Omos pulled AJ out. So McIntyre hit him with the Claymore. He gets the win. McIntyre is going to Money in the Bank. So predictions for Money in the Bank, man.
I don't know the whole card for Money in the Bank.
I'm pulling it up right now. So Money in the Bank match card. Roman Reigns versus Edge, which is probably going to happen.
Roman Reigns.
Roman is going to win this. He has to win this. Lashley versus Kofi Kingston. They're not taking that belt off Lashley yet.
No.
Ripley versus Charlotte. Charlotte's winning this time. I think Charlotte. I think Charlotte takes it.
I think Charlotte wins by DQ.
You think she wins by DQ? You think they're going to do the same thing again? Where you're just going to flip it?
I don't think you're putting the title on Charlotte.
Really? I think they're 100% putting it on her. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. It's either going to be McIntyre or Big E.
Yeah.
And those three guys, those two guys are the biggest people in the match. It has to be them. It has to be them. Women's Money in the Bank. Who the freaking hell knows, man? I'd like it to be. Here's what I'd like it to be. Here's what I'd like it to be. I'd like it to be Asuka, like a mirror of last year. She wins the title back, and after she wins the title back, because when she gets her title shot, she comes out and she says, nobody is ready for Asuka. And as she says that, Becky Lynch's music hits and Becky Lynch comes walking back out. That's what I would like to happen. That's not going to happen, but that's what I would like to happen. You know, and Becky's like, you know, you didn't take the belt off me. I gave you the belt. So, and I'm here to take it back. That'd be awesome. Maldacita said, yeah, that's all they know how to and can do at this point, be repetitive. It's very repetitive, dude. And it's just storylines that just not go anywhere. I know Sasha's supposed to be coming back soon, so she'll probably be in the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, you're gonna have some kind of confrontation between Nikki Ash and Alexa Bliss, I'm sure.
Ugh. I don't care. Asuka's just not with ring gear at this point, dude. She's never gotten the respect that she deserves. I mean, she had that long run last year, but they never booked her as a strong champion. She always barely escaped. And they only did that because they didn't really have anybody else viable to put the belt on at the time. So it is what it is, man. But like, that's what I would, if I was booking it, that's what I would do.
If they have the money, and I don't know how the card stacks up, like which match is going to go in what order, because you possibly could have one of the Money in the Bank matches before one of the title matches, which could insert whoever wins the women's or men's match into one of the title matches that night.
Yeah, but anyway, that was Raw. It was a C- show, which for Raw is great. Had 2 good matches on it. It's I have some hope for the show at this point because it does, at the very least, it looks like they're trying to do some stuff, but it's typical WWE. What they do good, they do really, really good. What they do terrible, they just do terribly. So we'll see what's happening going forward. Supposedly they're trying to make some changes going into Money in the Bank and when crowds start coming back. So I think Money in the Bank is going to be the last pay-per-view that's going to be in the Thunderdome. Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. When crowds come back, man, something's going to have to change because they're not going to be able to control the friggin' reaction. And if they put something out there that people think sucks, they're going to let them know. And they're going to let them know hard. So,
no, you've already got Cena and probably coming back for SummerSlam and other stuff going on. So,
yeah. But real quick, I did want to do a quick New Japan report. That's enough of that. we went too long. So real quick, New Japan report. Back on the 23rd, which was my birthday, we did see a title change. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship, Roppongi 3K lost to Bullet Club in a pretty about close to a half hour match. El Phantasmo and Taiji Ishimori taking the belts from my boys Sho and Yo. Unfortunately, I love Sho and Yo, especially Sho. Like that guy's stock really went up over the last year. So, but it was a really good match. If you get a chance, go check it out. It was on the Kazuna Road Tour, June 23rd. That was the headliner for that night. And then we talked about that this last yesterday, as a matter of fact, on New Japan Elevation. We saw New Japan Strong's Wheeler Yuta taking on Carl Anderson of the Good Brothers in a pretty good, it was a decent match, man. Carl Anderson got the win on that. July 2nd, Kazuna Road concludes with a never open weight 6-man tag team. It's because it's 6-man because it's what it's freaking called. 6-man tag team championship match between Chaos, Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, and Tomohiro Ishii versus the third generation, Yuji Nagata, Satoshi Kojima, and Hiroshi Tenzan. You can actually see Satoshi Kojima over on Impact right now, so check that out. And so July 2nd, that's gonna be a cool match to watch. So Yeah, right now they're kind of in between pay-per-views, so a lot of the matches over in New Japan, as much fun as they are a little bit repetitive, but do have a couple of title matches coming up, so check that stuff out. Then starting July 13th through the 24th, we have Summer Struggle in Osaka. That ends in Summer Struggle at Nagoya, and there will be a World Championship defense between Shingo Takagi, the current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, and Kota Ibushi. So that'll be an awesome match. But okay, guys, I think that's about it for this week. Is there anything else we need to cover, man?
If you got predictions on who these going to win matches, throw it on the site. We'd love to be able to talk about it for Money in the Bank. Who thinks going to win? And what else? Because that's July 18th is Money in the Bank that date. So it's you're talking less than 3 weeks away. So throw them up there. I mean, who do you think's going to win?
Yeah, the Wrestling Council. We do have a Twitter. I'm going to drop that in the chat here real quick. Go ahead, man.
What are you wearing? Are you a curtain jerker today?
Me?
Yeah.
No, man. I'm wearing a freaking.
Okay, cool.
Brody King.
You got Brody Lee because I got Shad.
Shad Gaspard, man.
Yeah, from.
What are you wearing, kid? Greenhorn? What are you, blind or something? If you're going to dress like every other curtain jerker here in Chattanooga, jerking the curtain off the wall and wearing it, this plan's never going to work. You need to dress more like the swing man with style, class.
And that T will be coming back, man. I just got to get with
Boogie.
I got to get with Boogie to get that up there. But anyway,
and Colin Elbow brand too. Check them out.
Check out Colin Elbow brand. Before we go, I'd like to say thanks to everybody. Shut up, Montecito, Big Yole Carter, Fantasia.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for being here, guys. We appreciate it. And yes, we will once again reach our former glory. I reached out to a lot of people that used to be our watchers. They were shocked and they didn't even know that the Wrestling Council was back. Now they do. Hopefully going forward, we will get more viewers. So, but yeah, we want to make this thing back into what it was. But until then, I am Comic Book Bob.
I am HW.
Hollywood Frank. And we'll see you guys next week.